what's up? Today we're doing a video for Mr. Ivan. Today, the purpose of this video is just a quick walkthrough of how to operate this coach and just some of the basics of where things are laid out on it for him to reference at any point he would like. So let's go ahead and get started at the front of this coach. We already did a full tour of it, so if you want to see the tour of this coach, let me tell you, this is a very well taken care of 2018 Thor Hurricane 34J. Okay, so front end, simple. We've got our starting battery here, and then we've got a cutoff for it here. So if you want to store it, you just push that button right there, and it disconnects that battery. Now, we've checked fluids, all that good stuff on this coach. Reno recommends having this coolant a little lower than what the reservoir tells you. That's how he runs it, so that's how we run it. He's got a crap ton of experience, especially with these V10s. Anyways, you can run it however you'd like. That's just how we have it set up here. The rest of it's straightforward. You got air intake for the forward, dipstick. You can figure that stuff out, I would imagine. It's just a straightforward 6.8 liter V10. Tires have tire pressure monitors on them all. There is an electronic unit up in the front cockpit. If any of them don't connect, just walk around to it and get the little monitor closer and it'll pick it up. We'll walk through some of the settings on that later. That is the exhaust pipe for our generator, which is located right here. So this is the 5,500 watt gas Onan generator. The best thing with this is keep it running. Don't let it sit. This thing runs beautifully. This is our city water connection. I like that it's mounted up here, very easy to get to when the slide is deployed. Outside shower here, hot water heater that runs off of gas and electric. Now over here is our 50 amp power cord reel. This is a special Furrion cable that will come with the coach. And then here is where you can hook up cable TV, pipe that to your TVs in the bus. There is a little blue light on this outside cover for your 50 amp cable input that lets you know that you've got power coming in, which is nice. Now here's a dump station. That's all this is. I do like how it's all insulated and closed off. You've got low point drains over here for when you winterize the coach. You've got a black tank flush over there on the right, and then black on the right, gray on the left. And they're also color coordinated. Straightforward. Exhaust pipe for our 6.8 V10, dually. Storage, you do have little caps there you can take out so you can spray it out and then drain it if you like, or you can make it an ice box. Fuel tank right here, which has a nice little surprise for you when you pick this bus up. Now over here we've got our hitch. This hitch right here was used for a green egg, a smoker. So that's a perfect place to put a grill if you'd like. Then you've got your tow hitch right here with a solid 8,000 pound tow capacity, and then you've got a 7 flat pin or blade pin connector right there for trailer lights and brakes. Everything works. Rear lights are great. You've even got your nice working tag light here. Backup camera is up top. You can climb up on the roof using that. This right here is how you gravity fill the water tank. So if you just want to fill the fresh water tank, you just plug your hose in right here. I love the location of the water pump. So the water pump is located right behind here, and all you do, I mean, you could do it with your nails, but you could just get a tiny little flathead and pop that open. It's on a hinge over here, so this door will swing open. Your water pump's right there. You've also got a valve to shut off water going to the water pump, and you can also hook up your antifreeze setup if you want to pipe from the water pump to pressurize all the system inside with antifreeze. Then you can see your freshwater tank, and right there is also a valve for the fresh water tank drain. So this has fresh water. I just put it in. It was empty. It's not water that's been sitting around. I really like it that the water pump is tucked way up in there. Okay, not much to talk about here besides to brag about it, but I do want to point out one thing. So when you use this, right now I've got the pump off. When you use that, it's going to put water down here in the trap, and it's kind of below your tank. So what you do is you hit this button right here. You hit it to the right, and that has a macerator pump that pumps all this gray water into your gray tank. Because this sink is lower than all the rest of the taps, it's not going to gravity fall down into the tank. And this also acts as a good rain shield, so you can be hanging out here and cooking even when it's raining. Outside outlets here, and then you've got your outside TV right here. Outside TV is straightforward. If you want to make it smart, you can plug into an HDMI port. It is on a swivel. And to connect any of these TVs to local TV channels, as you know, you hit power, you go into menu, then you scroll all the way to the right, click down once, And then you can have auto scan happen on local TV and it'll pick up local channels like it's connected to right now. On the left, we've got our hydraulic pump for the leveling system. And on the right, we've got 2 coach side batteries. There is a cutoff over here for gen power. Same type of switch that you saw on the front of the coach. There's also a little tire minder extender over there that's hooked into the batteries. This is our propane tank. So propane, straightforward. Open it up here, close it there. That's about it. Okay, electric step. We've got our electric flat awning. That is a flagpole over there. I think this is a cable output. If you want to have another satellite set up, I think that's to plug in a satellite. Awning is straightforward. You just hit the button, make sure it goes out even. This is what you're going to do with any awning, obviously, is make sure when it goes out, it's not going out crooked. I'm going to roll that baby back in. She's good. Careful with the winds with her. Okay, let's step inside. So right when you come in, you've got your Xantrex inverter control right here. So if you set that, you can turn that on to power your refrigerator while going down the road, so you don't have to run your generator. Now, you've got some light switches for the interior, so you can kill it walking out. You've also got auto gen start. So this will kick on anytime the batteries get too low. If you do enable it, it'll automatically fire the generator up. You've got a 12-volt disconnect right here. So when you store the coach, this will disconnect your 2 coach side batteries over there from draining. And then you got a step button, so you can turn on automatic mode, which is up, and then turning it off means it's going to go in every time you open the door, regardless of the ignition. Leave it in automatic mode. That's typically the best, unless you're purposely trying to get it out of the way in some situation. Let's take a step up in the coach. Gas burner. This stuff is straightforward. The appliances. You've got this little controller right here, which has a super secret pin on it, which I will give you when you come pick up this coach tomorrow. All you do is type in that pin. And then you could do a lot of stuff. You can start the generator. You hit that little home button to go back. You can control the awning, leveling system, which is pretty dang impressive. And you can also do the slide out. I'm going to do the slide out here, and we're going to talk about how to do the slide. Okay, so first thing you want to do when you operate your slide is, of course, make sure this chair right here is out of the way and that nothing is in the way outside. And that's the beautiful thing about this remote, is you can do it from outside of the coach and watch your slide go out. But here we are going to go ahead and put it out. And with this slide, what you want to do every time you operate it, when you end the extension or when you end the retract, you hold the button for an extra 5 seconds. Let's hold this. Now you have to have the engine off, and I'm going to hold this. There's also a button for this slide right there in the middle. And of course, you know, make sure that these rails stay clean. And the key, like I said again, is don't let up. Just hold it the whole time as it goes out. And then once it goes out, you hold it for an extra 5 seconds. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. Okay, so center controls here. You've got your water pump switch. You've got your propane hot water heater. And then you've got the electric element in that water heater. You can use both at the same time, or you can just use one if you'd like. That's the slide extension and retract button. You've got your generator start stop. If you hold stop, it will prime it. And then you can check your tanks here. Sometimes these tank level sensors are a little finicky, not exactly accurate, but that is an electronic checker. Now down here is a control for your front AC as well as your main furnace. If you go into heat, it has a main furnace system there. And then back here, you've got your second zone air conditioning control. No furnace heat control back here, just air conditioning for the rear. That furnace heat in the front controls the furnace heat for the whole coach. That front TV right there for the dinette, smart TV, so you can hook it to Wi-Fi, you can do all that stuff. There is a Wi-Fi router, or it's a Air 360 WineGuard up top. If you want to set that up with a service, call WineGuard. They will walk you through the steps. It's pretty straightforward. You pay a fee each month, and they hook you up with the service and broadcast Wi-Fi to the whole coaching. The local TV booster is right there, and that is all the basics. Let me show you a couple things up in the cockpit real quick. Now, one thing I would recommend, have your levelers fully retracted and basically in travel mode, because what can happen when you extend your jacks, especially with a full wall slide, it can twist the frame in such a way that causes issues for that big full wall slide. So I would recommend in most all situations, don't level before you do the slide. That's my opinion. You do what you'd like to do. Fired up, and the leveling system straightforward. Top right button turns it on. Emergency retract. To normal retract, all you do is hit retract. So let me turn it on right now. We are currently leveled. See that solid green light? That indicates we are leveled. It thinks we're leveled because I used auto level to level this coach. And all you do to auto level is turn it on and click auto level. And don't move in the coach because it'll put the jacks down and then it'll analyze and then if you move around, it'll shake it up. So this will blink green and it'll go solid when it thinks you are level. Now to retract, you just press and hold retract there for a second and it says auto retract. So now it's going to pull it up. Now, emergency retract, if this ever goes into some fault mode for some reason, what you do is hold enter and retract at the same time, and that forces them to come up. Outside of that, you can manually level if you'd like, but auto level works pretty dang well on this thing. Have the emergency brake down, and you're good.